Yo, what is up guys? Boris here, coming to you guys with a discussion about Adventure Mode number 3. It just dropped earlier today. I did all 6 hours of ×2, and so far I've really been enjoying it. I'm going to be showcasing the teams that I use, my team setup, in the video while I'm talking and discussing my thoughts on this Adventure Mode. Now the first thing to know about this Adventure Mode, guys, is that it made it easier to get points. So now every boss and everything gives more than it used to, meaning that getting to 1 million is going to be easier than ever before, and that's great. That's a really good change in my opinion. The fact that this lasts a week means that you have a lot of time to farm it, but then again, the time periods for these, it's really tough to get in those ×2s, especially if you live in the US, and on top of that, it's just a big commitment. It was a big time commitment. But now making it easier to get points means that it's going to be a lot easier to get Cavendish and get him maxed. So that's really awesome. I've really been enjoying the change. I did all 6 hours of ×2 this morning, and I was already up to 350k. So that was pretty good. And as you guys know, the more runs you do, the more points you get. So it's just gonna snowball effect, meaning that I could probably hit 1 million by tomorrow or the day after, if I just play a little bit each day. So that's great. I really love that change, and I think it's a change that no one's going to complain about. Now next up, guys, another amazing change is that they boosted the points to 2 million. So as before, you still only need 1 million points to max Cavendish, but if you want to go above and beyond and go for 2 million points, you can get a lot of stuff along the way. And pretty much what I mean is you can get limit break shards and limit break crystals, which are the two things that any top player will tell you are more important because they're really hard to get. There's just no way to get limit break shards or limit break crystals outside of Adventure Mode at the moment. And those actually used up more than the spheres, funny enough. So the spheres are a lot more rare, but you use shards and crystals a lot more. So I love that change. Again, I'm definitely going to be trying to go for the 2 million because I will need those limit break crystals really badly. Now, on top of that, guys, this time around, instead of the normal 1 legend that's super boosted, they made 2 legends be super boosted. So the 2 most recent legends, Fujitora and Rayleigh, are now boosted, meaning there's a lot more options. You get double the opportunity to get an Adventure Mode captain. So if you got Fuji, then then you're good. If you've got Rayleigh, then you're good. Now, unfortunately, I didn't really know this, so I probably wouldn't have done as many pulls out for Rayleigh as if I knew this, but when I woke up today and started doing Adventure Mode, it was a great surprise, and it's been doing great. Hopefully, my change that I would like to see is that they keep up this pattern of 2 legends per Adventure Mode boosted, but on top of that, they also bring back an old legend that is also boosted. That way it gives players who don't necessarily have the ability to pull as often the ability to do well on Adventure Mode. So let's say maybe the next Adventure Mode they could do like the 2 recent legends, and on top of that you could say someone like I don't know, just some random legend. Let's just say maybe old Rayleigh, or something like that. It would be interesting, like Rayleigh 6+. That would be really interesting. That gives a lot more people the opportunity to be competitive in these Adventure Modes. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully they do that. But already a big change, having 2 big boosted legends. Of course, if you have Inthawk or Hody Jones, they're 1.1 boosted, which is still really good. But the 1.25 boost really does make a difference, especially when you're using a friend captain. That starts to stack up pretty quickly. Now next up, guys, another thing that I love about this one is that all the boosted characters are pretty good. A good pool of boosted characters, a good amount of Neo raids, a good amount of Fortnite characters. They're all really good. They all have decent abilities, decent stats. Last Adventure Mode we had Scarlet boosted, and her stats are just so bad. So I'm just glad that this time around the units are good, and I actually had a good amount of them. I definitely recommend, like I said, if farming all of the characters because they're always going to be useful. At least getting 1 copy and evolving them because they give point boost. So I'm glad to see that there's a good selection of characters, and again, hopefully, in my opinion, the more boosted characters, the better. So hopefully they start, maybe they increase it by 1 or 2, but overall, I'm really happy with this batch of boosted characters. You guys should hopefully have most of them. Next up is the fact that Cavendish is a good character this time around. So Whitebeard I wasn't too much of a fan of. I didn't think he was that amazing. He's definitely useful his special is very, very good for clearing mobs through barriers. But this Cavendish is actually might be the might usher in a new age of driven characters. Because he is a driven captain, and as you guys know, driven has sort of been, or ambition, however you want to say it, has been one of the lower placing classes for a few months now, maybe for the past year. So hopefully this means that we'll be getting some more driven characters. And Cavendish has a really good special, also has the ability that Legend Cavendish has to get rid of positive buffs. So that's a really rare special, only a few characters have that, and hopefully we'll get that, we will get it. Just make sure to max him and you should be good. So overall, I'm really happy with Cavendish, the way that he's a boss, and as well as the fact that it's a holiday theme. So we get a holiday Cavendish. I like that. It makes it a little bit different from other characters. It makes it feel like, oh, we're farming this during the holidays. This is a holiday Cavendish. So maybe, maybe we'll get a Halloween one during October, stuff like that. I really hope that they keep up with doing this. Makes them a little bit more unique. I love the themes, and hopefully we see that going forward. Now, another thing that I really like, guys, is the fact that the bosses are pretty straightforward this time around. There's no shenanigans. Again, that's another big point of Adventure Mode 2. That was a big problem, was the fact that Adventure Mode 2, some of the bosses just didn't make any sense. There were no units that were boosted that dealt with them, and some of them even had like mini effects during stages 3 and 4 of the boss. So overall, this one is pretty easy. No shenanigans. You get straight to the boss. You know what you have to do, and they're all pretty easy early on. Of course, they get tougher. But, as you go on, you adjust your teams, and overall, I'm really happy with this set of bosses. Nothing too crazy, nothing, out of the ordinary that's going to catch you off guard. And finally, guys, we're back to limit break tomes from the first one. So the second adventure mode, we got different limit break tomes. I didn't really care too much about those, but the first ones are pretty cool. And now they're back, so hopefully I'm going to try to go maybe top 400 again. Last time I ended up top 410, so I was 10 places off. This time maybe we'll see I'll actually get top 400. Who knows? It's pretty competitive though. You really have to play all day on the weekends, and I don't know if I have the commitment to do that. But I'll definitely get to 2 million points. That's going to be pretty easy to do. Shouldn't be a problem. So, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know how your adventure mode is going for you guys. Are you guys enjoying it? Do you like it more than the second one? Or do you like it more than the first one? Let me know your thoughts. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.